So I'm going to attempt to have a really productive day today. It's going to be a family day. I've spoke to all my children and explained that Dad needs a significant amount of help today in the garden because it's Sunday, they're back to school tomorrow, and there's an awful lot that I want to get done. So we're going to attempt, between us all as a little team, to move the hens, because that's a desperate job that needs doing. Also, you remember I can't show you any better than that. I literally cannot use this hand still. I can't do anything with it. I could hold a pen, but I can't write. Can't really move my fingers fully. I can't move my wrist at all, and I can't hardly move my thumb at all. I'll talk to you about that in another video. So look at this. Look at these cabbages. So yeah, so we're going to clear some of these beds. The leek bed is the one I've got on my list to properly weed. That's this one. This is the worst one. So I want to weed that properly, and there's quite a bit in there, and we might even harvest a little bit. We've got some swede, or rutabagas as they're called in America. That did have a lot of nasturtiums in them. They've gone now because of the frost. And I also want to clear all the old courgette plants and the squash plants, get them on the compost pile and just tidy up those beds as well. So like I say, we're going to be moving both sets of hens, and this that I've bought to go on the back of the tractor is going to be one of the first jobs. So I've got to go off and buy some nuts and bolts to fix it, but I just want to check that the holes line up. Moles, they seem to be away from the vegetable bed at the moment, which is a little bit of relief at least. And no, the holes don't line up, I can see, without even offering it down there. Okay, I'm gonna have to come up with another plan. In my head, when I was in the house on eBay, I pictured those holes much closer together on the back of the mower than they are. The cheap tow hitch that I found, it in the description there wasn't a distance between the holes, so I thought, well, there's no point me going and measuring it anyway. But I'm not even close to being correct here. So that's a disappointment. Back to the drawing board on that one. So I know that I need a tow hitch, and I know that we're going to have to find one, and I'm going to have to do a little bit more research, maybe spend a little bit more money, and I feel like a little bit of an idiot for buying that one without checking it. It was very, very cheap, and I can put it back on eBay, but I feel a bit of an idiot. Anyway, the first thing I was going to do was going to go to a farming supply shop that's very near our house, and I was going to buy the bolts that I needed to fix this on. But obviously it's a change of plan now, and I'm tossing and turning in my head. Do I drill 2 new holes in that plate at the back, or do I see if I can find one that fits? The trouble with drilling holes in that, it's not quite as simple as it sounds, unless you've got a mag drill, you know, a really, really fancy bit of kit for drilling through really hard steel, because that's going to be a hard piece of steel on the back there. And if I needed to drill a hole that was 3 or 4 millimeters in diameter, then I could certainly do that just with a regular drill, which I have. I've got some really good regular drills, but I don't have either a drill bit big enough to go that wide, and I'm not sure that my drill would be up to it either, because that's a hell of a hole that I need. So I'm still going to go to the farming supply shop, I think, because I need to get some dog food and things as well. I'll pick that up, and I'll see if there's a solution to my problem there, but I'm not hopeful. We'll have to just see how it goes. So we had to park the idea of using the ball hitch like I wanted, at least for this move. But as you can see, we desperately need to get them moved off this ground. So we're all out together, and we're going to do it as a team. We're attempting to move the fences with the chickens within it. We'll see how that goes. So the plan at the moment, we're going to hitch the tractor on. We brought the tractor in, and we've kept them in the fence. This is all my wife's plan. And then the idea is we're going to move the trailer and all the fencing kind of at the same time, with the chickens trapped within.
Your job is to watch this trailer.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm coming, Ty. I can help.
beside that after that tree.
Then he'll be able to go out there.
So that went really well, first set. So as you can see, we've taken them up there within the fencing. The feeders and the drinkers and everything we took up in the cart, and they're all set up again. And we're just moving the rest of the electric fencing stuff and bits like that. We've still got these guys to go.
Dad, can you keep them in over there?
Yeah.
Because I'm having to do up here as well.
So that's 2 sets of chickens moved. It's the second set. And next place for us to set up is down at the vegetable beds. Now, as you all know, I had plans to do this about a month ago, just before I had my accident. So it's got even worse, but with a little bit of help from my kids, we're gonna get this done now. It won't take long, I don't think. With 4 of us on it, shouldn't take long at all. I'm gonna struggle to do very much because I can't rest on one hand and pull with the other, but either way, we'll get it done. I reckon it'll take us about 15 to 20 minutes. Everything pull out in there. Because the goats and the sheep will eat it. Done. So next thing for this bed now is to mulch it with some really nutritionally rich compost. So hopefully I'll get time to do that today. But the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go and have some lunch, and then we're going to come back out and plant those raspberries that I got from Adam. So this is one of our perennial beds, and these are the raspberry canes that were gifted to me by Adam from Gardener's Tale here on YouTube, and we're going to get them in next. So I've got these raspberry canes here and a few more there, which ultimately I want to form a row here, and we'll stake it and wire it much like we've done here with the grapevine. And what I'm thinking is we're actually going to be a little bit brutal with the grapevine this year. We're going to take some of these, well, we're going to take all of this portion of the growth out, and we're just going to have the parts that grow up over this trellis and not this bit coming forward, because what that's going to allow me to do is going to allow me to have a row of raspberries here and then a double row here, so that I can pick from this side and these sides. So that's the plan at least. First thing I've got to do is, as before, a little bit of weeding and just get this all tidied up, ready to receive our new plants. So that's all weeded, almost. One little tuft of grass here, but after that, that's all done. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to dig a slit there, a slit here, and then a slit in line where I've already got these guys, obviously to join them up. So we've got our 3 rows. I'm doing a slit, not holes, because I don't want to disturb the ground any more than I have to. I'm going to just knock off the growth of the grapevine that I've got coming out of this nodule here, and we'll do away with all that. As you can see, when these guys are held up on some wire, if I put another row through here, I'm going to have plenty of room to walk between for harvesting. So, ground is lovely and soft. The hardest thing doing this with one hand is actually working the spade back out of the hole. So that's them all in. It's been a goal of mine for a while for this to be a raspberry bed, so I'm really happy now. And when he gave them to me, Adam said it's a mixture of summer and autumn fruits or fruiting varieties, so we should have a really long season as well. So I'm really happy to have got that job. This is another bed now, along with the one that we've just finished weeding, that in my head I know I now need to get some fresh, highly nutritional compost mulch on, and I've got that up there ready to go. I can't load it at the moment, but that's, you know, the next job for this bed. Back of it I need to weed, and then over there in the background we've got my asparagus plants. Now they're ready to be cut down now at this time of year. You just cut them just above the surface, and my runner beans are pretty much ready for me to cut back, ready to overwinter. So there's lots of little bits and bobs that I can be getting on with over the next few weeks that I can do with one hand, so that's nice. Anyway, I think that's going to wrap it up for today. Thanks for watching. Speak to you soon.